aggressive in her approach towards other women because, you know, I just felt like at times it was just too much. I will say that. I felt like at times it was too much because the thing is, we're all here on the same level trying.
So Camille gets called aggressive and she denies that she is aggressive and said, did we not talk about that aggressive word? And unfortunately, I wanted to address it because, you know what, we're absolutely right. You know, we want to be very careful how we use aggression word when we're dealing with our Black sisters. I'm always willing to protect our sisters down. I've spoken about this with the Tyrone situation and the Kerry situation when he used the word aggressive. When really the word aggressive should have been reserved more for Courtney's behavior towards Cornelius. It was a little bit aggressive. It was aggressive. I'm sorry. I love Courtney. Courtney knows I love her. She knows I really do love her, but she was aggressive. All right. She was forward. Maybe I should even say a bit more, right? She was forward / aggressive, right? More so forward / aggressive in terms of a movement towards Cornelius. The aggression from Camille and Zadia was less verbally aggressive, but we saw physical aggression. Camille was aggressive, right? And there are numerous examples on the show. Actually, they posted a reunion, which I'll bring up to you guys to show you that she was aggressive. Okay. And if you want to know what aggression actually is, we'll break down the definition. But before we go there, make sure you do me a favor. If you're new to this channel, like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification, the up, lows for those of you who are returning. So you know what it is, baby. You're the minerals, baby. Let's get into the video and let's talk some talk. All right. Okay. Let's get this thing popping as well. Let me get this on the screen so you guys can see it.
To get to know people on the same pace. And it was like, for her being aggressive like that, it almost came across as a bully. Yep. And now, I said...
Now, I want you to pay attention to this. I'm gonna go back. One thing that's really important is Cornelius's reaction. Listen, Cornelius knows the truth, okay? But the brother's white knighting. The brother is surrendering himself to Camille because she's a baddie to him. And she's a baddie. The body's man. Let's keep it 100 a sec. Okay? All right? And so he's not being his authentic self. He's under duress. And it's not just Camille's fault that he's under duress. He's put himself under duress. Okay? Two things can be true. All right, cool. Sorry, just that it's trying to do this. All right, cool. Let's get into this. I want to slightly go back so you guys can see it. Okay? Let's just watch his lips.
The thing is, we're all here on the same level trying to get to know people on the same pace. And it was like, for her being aggressive like that, it almost came across as a bully. Yep. And
now, if you watch Camille, if you watched his face did not show disagreement with Courtney and what she said. He actually nodded his head in agreement with her particular deductions. It was Camille who was moving and swaying and moving and getting annoyed. He doesn't move much. Watch.
Now, I said leading into the package that the ladies decided you weren't ready to love. Have you guys changed your mind?
So notice again, when the host is speaking and he acknowledges what the host is saying, what does he do? He nods his head. I'm going to go back again. I know you guys probably can see it, but again, I want you to pay attention to what's being shown. When he's agreeing, he does the nod of the head, meaning he's acknowledging what you're saying and he's agreeing with it. Okay.
It was like, for her being aggressive like that, it almost came across as a bully. Yep. And
now, I said leading into the package that the lady...
Now, at this point, when he mentioned the bully part, there's no dissent. There's no dissension from him. His head is very still. He looks at the screen and doesn't say anything, right? There's no dissension at all. It's only before that when thing is talking, Courtney. Let me go slightly back. Okay. All right. And you're going to watch it. See what happens.
Camille was aggressive in her approach towards other women because, you know, I just felt like at...
Pause. I want to say this. Camille was aggressive in her approach, but watch what he's doing. Look what he's doing. Face like that, lips perched together, eyes wide. He's not in disagreement. That's not a disagreement stance when he does that, right? So again, he's not disagreeing with the point. He knows what's up.
Times it was just too much. I will say that.
Pause. At times it was too much. What does he do? I hope Camille watches this video. What does he do when they said the approach is too much? What is he doing?
I felt like at times it was too much because the thing is, we're all here on the same level trying to get to know people on the same pace.
Look at that. Even in that shot, he's still nodding. Just in case somebody thinks he's cut out, he's still nodding his head. because he's acknowledging what's being said and he knows what is true. And this is why I'm saying that that Cornelius knows, because he was saying it in the cutscenes that she's possessive and she's moving with some level of aggression towards him. And I say aggression in the sense of the fact that she's trying to make sure that other ladies don't get close to him. He knew that. And that's what Courtney is describing, her aggressiveness, not even to him, but to the ladies. How many witnesses do I need before we have to start saying, actually, your behavior is off? The witness of Courtney, Aisha, Sabrina, Sydney, Kerry. That's enough as it is. And then the camera itself. So just in case I wasn't there to see what they're talking about, the camera itself picked up what you're saying. And then those people who were involved saw you and said the exact same thing. You were aggressive towards them. You can't pretend that's editing. To say that's editing now is to be lacking of self-awareness and living in the land of delusion. I'll say it again. To deny the many witnesses that are there and the camera that picked up the exact same thing is to say that you are living in a state of delusion when you say it's editing. Unless there is a conspiracy afoot where the cast have got in alignment with the production team, it's always possible, to collude against you, Camille, specifically, then what you're saying to me is a delusion by saying it's editing, because people are experiencing you and saying the exact same thing.
And it was like, for her being aggressive like that, it almost came across as a bully. Yep. And
now, I said leading into the package that
if you just saw that look, when he looks at that and looks down, it's a thought of contemplation. When he looks down at that, I'll just skip it so you just kind of see it slightly, right?
Almost came across as a bully. Yep. And
now,
there we go. The eye dart, right? The head down, the eye dart. That is the thought of contemplation, right? Now, not everyone does that, but most of us do it when we're contemplating the information that's been said. Again, if he's in disagreement, his body would show he's in disagreement. He's not in disagreement. He's not disagreeing. Right? So for me, again, watching it, I'm like, yo, like, you aggressive, and your peers are telling you they're experiencing you in an aggressive manner. It means change your ways. Right? Let's listen a little bit more. I want to listen to Aisha's particular conversation as well. I think this is where it gets a little bit interesting, because what's really interesting is actually it is the responses that are different. The body language for Aisha that Cornelius gives is completely different to the body language he gives to Courtney. Almost as if he's willing to take on what Courtney said, but with Aisha, he's got fighting words. And the reason why, I guess, is because of what happened on the table. Let's have a look.
Him. And the point is when you start making threats to people, open threats, whether you're saying you doing it.
Watch. Did you see? I want you to, did you see it? As soon as she said about making open threats, Cornelius is behaving. Oh, listen, when I watched it, I said, is the brother trying to be aggressive here? And it's a passive aggressive move, but it's aggression, right? What I mean by that is, he starts off here very calm around Camille. As soon as Aisha starts talking, he almost wants to leave Camille to almost leave his seat. Look, I'll watch it again. Just watch him. Just watch this again. It's very interesting. When I watched it, I was confused. Okay, look at this.
And the point is when you start making threats to people, open threats, whether you're saying you doing it as an antic or not.
That little shift, that body, he ain't going nowhere. Trust me, he's not going anywhere. But that little shift of the body when he's in, it's almost as if I want to move. I want to jump out the bones. Like I want to come out of the seat because he's ready to defend. It's completely different to how he did with Courtney. When Courtney was speaking, he was contemplating, he was listening, he was agreeing. As soon as Aisha begins to speak, maybe he has a particular feeling towards Aisha, maybe he doesn't like her. I don't know, whatever it is. The body language is different. He's got fighting energy. I'm not saying he was going to fight her, but he's got fighting energy.
That's the problem. The problem becomes when other people.
But here we go again. What's he doing again? What's he doing again? He's nodding his head again because he's in agreement with what's being said, right? He's in agreement with what's being said. That part he agrees with.
People feel like, damn, is he approachable? I can't even approach.
What we're watching here, taking a deep breath in, but still focus on the person who's speaking. But watch what Camille's going to do now. She's going to want to look for what? Protection. See, Camille, I see through Camille. I know Camille. You understand? When I say I know Camille, I know her behavior, right? The behavior that Camille is exhibiting, okay, that Cornelius is there for is protection. She found a good guy that is willing to protect her and cover her. But the shenanigans she's exhibiting are still there. The shenanigans are still there. You feel me? So for me, it's like, you know, it's peak, because I'm looking at it and I'm going, okay, you know, she hasn't changed, bro. You know, we're still seeing the same old Camille, it's just in a different light. Okay, let's have a look. What we're saying here. Let me just literally put this back here. Right, watch this.
To see if I could shoot a shot, and I'm not saying that I wanted to shoot my.
So notice I said, do you want to address this? Right, and so what we're seeing now, okay, is the fact that she. And look, I get it. Camille's like probably thinking, I don't want to say too much. I don't talk too much, and I'm not saying too much. You know what I'm saying? But he's hearing what's being said, but at points he doesn't agree, and most of the points he actually agrees with. So is Camille aggressive? Well, I would go by the words that was being said by the body language of him. I think he is. But let's watch.
On the first day when me and him did try to talk, day one. Whether she was doing it jokingly or not, I couldn't even get a word in with him. And that
Camille looks fuming. Why is she fuming? Why is she fuming? If it's not true, why is she fuming?
That was not just me. That was collective. And no matter how much you say, oh, it's editing and stuff, we were in the process. Okay. We went through the process. It's consistent. Right. We were in the process.
Notice again, Cornelius' reaction is completely different to Camille's. All right. I actually thought his reaction towards Aisha was a bit more bigger. Actually wasn't. To be fair, he was kind of fairly consistent. Again, he's listening. He's taking on what's being said. He's not disagreeing. It's Camille that disagrees. It's Camille that disagrees. Right? It's Camille that's dissenting. It's Camille that's making the, oh my gosh. It's Camille who's doing all the grunting and the punting and the moaning, because she doesn't agree. But Cornelius is not doing that.
We watched, we felt the tension.
I still feel like he has
energy.
Regrets that he didn't.
Really?
Absolutely.
You say you feel like I have regret?
Yeah. They need to.
Now, they might have cut that because he didn't answer the question about whether he has regrets. But the fact that he had to ask the question again, you know, you heard it. You feel like I have regrets? Well, who else was she talking about? You heard it. And you know you had regrets because you said it. You see, this is the thing that makes me mad. You said it. You said you wish that you regret the fact that you didn't open yourself up to more people in the process. Nobody else said it. You said it. Nobody forced your hand. You said it on the cutscene, right? That you regret you didn't have more conversation. This was a scene when they both got eliminated. I think he got eliminated. You said you wish you had more, and you didn't have more, right? You didn't have more.
Hold him accountable too, though.
A woman saw him and marked him.
Correct.
Like, I feel like you were kind of pressured into this situation that you're in right now.
No,
you know what I mean?
Everybody is looking at the situation and agreeing and saying, we think you're pressured into it, bro. At that point, you got to take stock of your relationship. At that point, you got to take stock of your relationship. Why does everybody say that you feel like you've been pressured into it, sir? Right? Sorry, I didn't even give a definition of aggression. I'll give it in a second. Why does everybody think you've been pressured into it? Listen, I think he has been pressured into it, but I also think as well that he likes his position. Listen, in order for this thing to happen, there needs to be an enabler and there needs to be somebody who's going to put the pressure on. Jezebel and Ahab. Jezebel is not Jezebel without Ahab, and Ahab is not Ahab without Jezebel. Please do not always, we all speak about the spirit of Jezebel, and it's very easy to do so, but we forget the fact that Jezebel needed Ahab. Jezebel needed a willing participant who wanted to subject himself to Jezebel. Let's not pretend that. And I'm not calling Camille Jezebel. We're talking about the power dynamics. He wants to be in that situation. He allowed himself to be in that situation. Right? He has to take accountability for that situation. We cannot put all the blame on Camille when he is making active decisions in the situation. Whether he's got white knight syndrome or not, he is making active decisions. Let's watch a bit more.
Yeah, you didn't feel that way?
No, I didn't feel that way. I mean, the thing is, I felt like, you know, I know what I want. I know who I am. So I asked about faith, about which.
So obviously, I agree with this point, right? That he asks about faith and people weren't really there. But we didn't get. I don't know if it happened. We didn't get to see the Mameen situation. I thought both of you guys had the same kind of faith, so I thought it might be on the same level. But we never got to see a connection with Mameen. Plus, all that. Also, let's not forget. Remember, bro, you said you saw Camille from the very beginning and jumped on it. You said that. You said that from the very beginning. You saw Camille and jumped on it, and she jumped on you, right? And y'all two locked in. Fair enough. Right? If you guys locked in early, I don't think that's really our main complaints. Main complaints is that you weren't really open to the process, okay? But the other person who was with you in that relationship, who was seemingly okay because they knew that they were moving at speed. Some people were sprinting while some people were on a marathon, right? They were feeling insecure about their position. So they were feeling insecure about their position, and so they had to now be aggressive with the other woman in there. So whilst people were sprinting and people were running marathons, whilst you were sprinting, you were still feeling insecure about your position.
Sure, what your beliefs are, that's very important to me.
Am I bugging?
No.
I felt it. I talked to the other ladies who felt it.
Aisha, did I not text you and said, let's address the tension? Because at the end of the day, you would have received an apology if you.
Even if you're not getting the lowdown beforehand, they've addressed it now. You know, this whole you would have got an apology if whatever, baby. You've heard it before. This is not new. You've heard it all season long. It's not new. Y'all know you've heard it before.
Felt that way.
So
if you felt a certain type of way,
I don't need you to apologize for
if you
anything
felt
to me. I'm just talking about my experience. Okay. So it's my POV.
Okay.
It's my POV.
Got it.
Why do people want that?
Please just talk about this because no one can
It's a
speak.
nice piece of furniture.
All I'm gonna say is, listen. You know what? I want to give a definition of aggression as well, because that will help us understand why I believe that they've labeled her as aggressive. Aggression means hostile or violent behavior or attitudes towards one another, readiness to attack or confront. That's what aggressiveness means. It means hostile or violent behavior or attitudes towards one another, readiness to attack or confront. Well, let me provide some evidence to show you, you know, that this was there was some aggression that was done. Let's see where we can go to. Where is it? I want to show you the Mameen situation, where she said, if you put him in the bottom, I'll F you up. Not F you up, but if you put him in the bottom, then we won't be invited to the wedding. Sometimes if I can see that clip for you guys, because that was an important thing. Guess I can't find it now. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I would have brought it to you, but it was a clip where Mameen basically was. They were in the kitchen, and you know, Camille was with. Actually, I can see it. Fair enough. I got it. We got it here. We got it, guys. Don't worry. We got it. Okay. Here we go. Right.
The Brown Girl Squad. We good. Brown Girl Squad for life.
We're talking about our bottoms and our tops. We're not calling Cornelius' name again. So y'all all gonna get it. Y'all call his name again.
See, the passive aggressive jokes that are said as, oh, it's a joke, but it's not. It's a light threat. And which was backed up by the fact that it said, I'll F you later on, which was said on the table. These are light jokes that become passive aggressive threats to people. That's why we called her aggressive, because of the jokes. The jokes that you make consistently look violent and hostile. And that's how people are going to take them. You keep making jokes like that, people are going to take it as being you being hostile. I don't know what else you want to look at it as. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? Even at that moment, Mameen is even going, your own friend who's invited to Brown Girl Squad is even looking at some way. That should tell you everything you need to know, right? And we already know about the FU situation. I don't need to play that again. You already know. But listen, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded. Little black hood. You know what time it is.